I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is PsychHacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is the truth about unconditional love. Now, it's possible to argue for the existence of unconditional love from a spiritual perspective. This perspective basically maintains that the love we feel and express for others is really an attribute of the divine being channeled through us, and that as an expression of the divine, this love is pure and unconditional. And this is a reasonable argument if you adopt that lens. That said, even assuming that such a perspective is true, even assuming that love is unconditional, the fact of the matter is that relationships are not. Relationships are conditional. And it's a good thing that relationships are conditional, because how much worse do people behave if they believe that there is no accountability for their actions? From a historical perspective, the greatest abuses have always originated from institutions that were protected from experiencing the negative consequences of their actions, like absolute monarchies and papal states and corporate monopolies. People are people, and this degree of immunity tends to corrupt their nature, all other things being equal. I mean, would you counsel a woman to stay with a husband who beat her senseless every day? Or a man to stay with a woman who constantly berated him in private? That's a tough sell, guys. And I'm aware that I just released an episode about commitment which discussed how we've undermined the nature of commitment in modern society. That said, there has to be grounds to separate. There has to be grounds for divorce, because if such grounds didn't exist, relationships would go to some pretty dark places. In such cases, it may be necessary to love from a distance. That said, Marsha Linehan, the creator of dialectical behavior therapy, said that love can be unjustified. That is, she held that people can maintain positive feelings for certain individuals that are not appropriate to the circumstances. If someone is abusive, if someone has abandoned us, if someone has betrayed us, then, according to Linehan, the love that we feel for this person may be unjustified, and she counsels bringing that emotion into greater alignment with reality. It's important to understand this principle because people are otherwise subject to getting trapped in really nasty relationships by their own beliefs, their beliefs about the unconditionality of love. So I think that we, in modern society, tend to break commitments more readily than we should, but we do need to have a mechanism by which reasonably abusive and disrespectful relationships can be dissolved. What do you think? Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and see the About tab for more information on donations and consultations. Thanks for listening.